Howdy partners. Well, I'm not out on the bike today, but I thought I'd take a little trip down memory lane, and if you're feeling the mood, come down for a little groove down memory lane with me. Now, I started cycling about 40 years ago, and I joined St Christopher's Cycling Club in Leeds, and we used to go out every Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, and drive out up into the Yorkshire Dales. And funny enough, the route that we used to always take up into the Dales has been used this year by the Tour de France when it goes to Yorkshire. So I've got a couple of old pictures here from those old club runs, and funny enough, I used to take a camera with me in them days too. That was my first camera I ever got. It was a Kodak Instamatic Pocket 230, I think it was. Used to take that old 110 film. I think there's 12 exposures on it. So it was precious to take a photograph in them days. So here's one, it looks like from the 1930s rather than from the 70s. And this was after a club run when we did some youth hosteling at the YHA hostels. This is my YHA card with all my little stamps and proof of where I went. But I used to be good for a 12, 13-year-old in them days, because we'd go on the club run and most of the fellas on the club run were blokes, so 30, 40 years old, 50 years old. And Sunday mornings they'd all be sort of hungover and getting rid of the hangovers on the bicycle ride. And it was quite an education listening to these guys talking when we used to be in the pack together driving up to the Yorkshire Dales. Then sometimes I went off on my own on long rides to Morecambe, 150-mile rides when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. And here's a couple of pictures from the Lake District. I went up to the lakes, Ambleside. And funny thing is, that's stayed with me all that time. I was still going out on Sunday mornings for a bike ride. And it's one of those habits that, you pick up when you're young, probably like smoking, but this is a more healthy one. And used to do a bit of racing as well, a bit of time trialling, but nothing serious. But it was good fun in them days. And now when I go out on my bike and I see all these young whippersnappers with the latex clothes on, and I said to her, I was doing that 40 years ago and I feel like a right old fart. I remember the first racing jersey I bought. It was a TI Rally team vest, 100% merino wool it was, and it was expensive in them days. That was 40 years ago. That cost me 16 quid, and I had to work a long time in the bike shop to earn that. I got it cost price directly from the bike shop because I was working there. I went down to Aldi last year and bought myself a top made in China, and it cost €8. So 40 years ago, it was still twice the price of what you're paying today. So I think in today's money it would be about £100 or something. There's a couple of little pictures of my old bike riding days. Possibly of no interest whatsoever, but whatever. It's a lovely day today, sun's shining. Done a bit of work in the garden, and the doves are cooing on the rooftops, and it's time to go and cook some dinner. So have a great day.